jerseys are the Portland Fire, and here we go.
And for Mercury, and she's in her 17th season.
Bonner with the ball in her hand, back to Copper going downhill and bounces off, and when Inksler comes up with it. This group coming off the road, win in Seattle. Carla Lake going right to the hoop, leaves it short. Another opportunity, second chance. This pops out for Inksler. Carlton keeping it alive.
One of the things that makes this Portland Fire team so dangerous is they're feisty. They don't give up on any play, and Alex Rama talked about he appreciates how hard this team plays.
This group who completed 3 of their last 4 games for wins. DeLeo is able to get the triple. Well, Megan DeLeo, as we mentioned, formerly Megan Gustafson, as she started the season when she faced off against Phoenix the first time on June 5th.
Since the change of that last name, her scoring has gone up. Marriage has been good to her.
Stepping through, Alyssa Thomas, so strong. Well, Thomas, who was averaging nearly 15 points a game, second, as you mentioned, in the league in assists. She impacts on the offensive end in multiple ways. DeLeo back out. Nadia Potch, and Potch way off the mark with an air ball, but saved by Inksler. Great hustle there. And Carlton gets it to go as the shot clock was winding down. Well, Bridget Carlton, second on the team in scoring. 14 apiece. Bonner, this is it sweetly off the glass, and getting Dewana Bonner going early is something you talk about often.
Nate Tibbetts and I talked about pregame about how important it was for Dewana Bonner, especially when she hits that long 3. You expect her to have a good game.
And late going into the lane. How feisty is she, and how quick does she get downhill going into the lane, does Carla Lake?
Because she's so deceptive. Her change of speed, and as soon as she finds a seam, she attacks it like she's hungry.
Great find inside. Brochan gave it up. Bonner sidestep, comes in closer, finds Copper, launching for 3, too strong. 18 fighting for the rebound, has position, and is fouled. Potch picks up her first personal foul and the first team foul for the Fire, as Melissa Thomas, her 13th season in the WNBA. Last year's finalist in the running, and always bringing that A game, going downhill as you talked about, and foul on the way to the hoop. Inksler commits the foul.
Yeah, when Alyssa Thomas, she plays aggressive on the offensive end and can be able to start with her ball, the ball in her hands, she's so dangerous. Nobody, I think, wants to guard her.
As we take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule tomorrow on Peacock, it's Dallas, Golden State at 10 Eastern. And then Tuesday, doubleheader on ESPN, Indiana, Toronto at 7, followed by Atlanta and Las Vegas at 9. And then you'll see Minnesota and Golden State at 10. For more on these games, make sure you go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. The playoff race continuing to heat up. These two teams have a long shot to get there. Bonner, who is knocking it down. Feeling good. Second triple of the night. DT loves it. Late gets around Brochan. Spins off.
I'd go back to Dewana Bonner. She's open.
You like to call her. This is a heat check. May have gotten a piece of her or deflected. 7 unanswered points by the Mercury. DeLeo halfway down and come back down. This is a Phoenix Mercury team coming off a win, few days rest. Earlier this week, they were able to pick up a dub against Los Angeles. And Nate Tibbetts, third-year head coach, talked about he liked the way that they're continuing to formulate down the stretch and get back home. DeLeo bringing the Fire within 3 with that make.
We talked to Nate Tibbetts about, the playoffs may be out of reach, but he talked about when he first got this job and he had a meeting with Diana Taurasi, and she educated him on how hard the women play in this league and the pride that they play with. It doesn't matter whether it's playoff. Yeah, Sammy Wickham got a little greedy on that one.
The Booner hits it. So Booner, a rookie out of Germany. She's gotten more burn over the last month and a half, being a great contributor off the bench. And when we Brochon just flipped it up and left it short.
Now, it'll be interesting to watch because Portland, Alex Sarama is not afraid to use his bench. The depth that they have, they can keep up this tempo.
Coming back the other way is Thomas and the Mercury. The kick out to Wickham.
And Bonner didn't get across half court that possession. This pace has been frenetic, going back and forth.
Tried to get it inside. Good defense position there from Thomas. Stolen away, out leading the break. Copper almost didn't expect it. And finally,
her mentality, which makes her conversation with one of her friends and mentors and Kobe Bryant so incredible. She told him that she was the White Mamba. He then added and agreed. He said, yeah, I think that is very fitting. She's just cut from a different cloth, and it's cool to celebrate how much she has done for the game tonight, ladies.
Angel, one of my favorite memories of Diana Taurasi was in 2020. Remember that close game that they had against Washington? They won that 88-87. Diana Taurasi had 34 points, and you know whose number she wore that night? Number 8 of Kobe Bryant.
Such a special connection, but it also just speaks to how much she grew the game. I mean, at an accelerated pace because of just how elite she was on the basketball court.
Well, you wanted to tune in to watch Phoenix play because you didn't know what to expect Diana Taurasi to do, but you knew it was going to be special.
The mark there is Ayayi, who's in the ball game, along with Lexi Held for the Mercury. Meanwhile, some substitutions with Sarah Williams, Carly Samuelson, and Jordan Harrison on the floor from Portland. Overthrown, and it's going to be Mercury basketball. This is a group who is without Kelsey Plum. Remember, she came over in the trade earlier this month for Monique Makani, who went over to Los Angeles along with a first and second round pick. And fading away from the basket, it was Ayayi to get it to go. 5-point advantage with less than 3 to go in the opening quarter here from Phoenix. Can't hit. Ayayi coming into our table, and the contact there from Holly Winterburn, her first personal foul, knocking over some monitors on our tape. The brace. 14th foul for the Fire. Well, and the bonus as Brochon, quick launch there, and tracked down. The rebound is Holly Winterburn. He tied a career-high 20 points in their last game as they held on to win.
Yeah, Winterburn in that first quarter, she was fire hot. She had 16 in the first quarter.
DeLeo, the lefty from downtown. And Megan DeLeo brings them within 2, with 8 points. Lead all scorers on the floor. Taking more contact, reaching in for that one. It's Winterburn and Ayayi. Ayayi, second-year player out of France. Well, don't miss Tuesday's action-packed WNBA doubleheaders. Indiana plays Toronto at 7 p.m. Eastern, and Atlanta take on Las Vegas at 9 Eastern. Tip-off with WNBA Countdown at 6:30, and you can catch both games streaming on the ESPN app. And over a minute to go in a tightly contested ball game as Indiana trying to pick up a big one on the road against the Dream. Kinsler, open look, couldn't hit. Offensive rebound. Single digits on the shot clock. Harrison sizing up. Suarez, no. It's Copper collecting the rebound. And looking to get it inside to Marcia Suarez, who loses her footing. Deflected last by Harrison. Sailed away. Suarez tried to save it, and it's going to be Fire basketball. Well, nearly 9 minutes into this game so far, Carolyn, what have you witnessed? What have you observed?
That at the break, I'm going to have to get Gatorade because this pace has been back and forth.
Closing minute of the quarter. Lake tried to step through, took a hard hit on the way to the floor, and she is in pain, trying to shake off that right hand. And that's Phoenix's first foul of the night, and one that Lake certainly felt.
She's feeling some discomfort.
Lake, who has been one of the great defense this season, is in the conversation for most improved player of the year. Is upped her scoring by 6 points as Ayayi hassled. Held has it. Pulls up from the free throw line, bounces off.
Yeah, Portland's one of the top 3 pick and roll defenses in the league. They changed up, went instead of a hedge to a trap that last possession.
The defensive intensity showing on both ends of the floor. Late crossover, gets it to go. Carla Late with the big bucket, the foul, and a chance to complete a 3-point play.
Now, last possession, she took
the Copper at the free throw line, knocks down the free throw. Your thoughts?
Out of grown folks' business.
Name is Bennett. Name is Bennett. Not in it. Okay, all right. The final 14.3 seconds left in the corner. A 1-point ball game. Phoenix on top, 19-18. You see picking up full court. That's something that's Rama loves to do. Gonna make and a hard foul. We've seen plenty of them. Number of players hit the floor so far in this first quarter.
You wouldn't know that these two teams, their record 13-22, 14-20, then they're playing like, look, this season is not over. And it goes back to what Diana Taurasi told Nate Tibbetts when he came into this league. These women are prideful. They always gonna play hard.
And you think about just how relentless she was on the court, that work ethic and what she played for. She gave it literally everything, every single game.
I loved watching Diana Taurasi play, and yeah, she made.
Ooh, how about back on the putback? The miss, and that right there takes us to the
turn it over. That was right in the wheelhouse of Diana.
Tasha Mack picks up the personal foul as we start the second quarter. When you think about Meg DeLeo, he was 3 of 4 in the opening quarter. 3 of 4 from the floor. The rest of the team just hit 4 field goals. It's 4 of 16. Salta back on the floor, behind the back, pulls up, no, and ripped down by Copper. Chopper. But Ayayi driving into the teeth of the defense. Wrestling for the basketball. Coming up with it is Marta Suarez. Suarez, who helps to maintain possession. 4 to go on the shot clock. Inside, and Suarez pushed down the defender. An offensive foul against Phoenix.
Yeah, Winterburn wasn't going to go down without a fight.
Suarez with 3 personal. Couple of personal fouls, and now DB back in the game. DeLeo, strong, Inkster coming up back to get it. Boy, Emily Inkster, who just runs all over the floor. You got to always keep your eye on 21. She does a lot of scrappy work.
Well, and you don't have to run an offense to Emily Inkster. She just keeps moving, kind of like a Dennis Rodman kind of player. She can get that key putback when you need it.
Bonner thought about it, got to put it up with the defender in her face, and it goes! 3 for 5 from 3 for Tawana Bonner.
Diana Taurasi liked that one.
And answering back the other way are the Fire. Carla Lade, who is a gamer indeed. Got this great drive.
Be all you.
Welcome into the Valley of the Sun on this special day, the Ring of Honor ceremony for the GOAT, the Diana Taurasi. Carolyn Beck, ticketed green, along with Angel Gray here with you from Morgan's Matchup Center. And Carly Samuelson knocks down the 3, gives Portland the lead. And we'll go to the free throw line and try to complete the 4-point play. But Taurasi, the all-time leading scorer in the WNBA, who used to knock down 3s left and right. In fact, she's got more than any. And a monumental day indeed it is.
Look, she was the first player to get 2,000 points. She was a walking bucket. You know, Tawana Bonner has already hit 3 threes, and I talked to her before the game about playing with Diana Taurasi, and she said, you know, when I was young coming in, Diana Taurasi would tell me, look, you go get 12 rebounds, I'll buy you a new Louis bag. And DT said, or Tawana said, DT lived up to it.
Okay, now, I think, so teammates, we're teammates. What do I get if, you know,
well, I can get you a Walmart bag.
Like that?
We can go to TJ Maxx. Get some good stuff there.
That's right. Max for the minimum.
You know, I got to work within a budget.
Don't give me that.
But I love you, Tim.
I'm going to ask Angel to do a little bit more. Maybe she'll step it up and help me out.
And the last to leave every day.
An unparalleled work ethic. And joining us now is Portland Fire's Megan DeLeo, who has already gotten off to a night where there's so much celebration for Diana Taurasi. How does your team block that out and just come out with a go?
Yeah, obviously, you know, Diana's one of the best to ever play, so I'm actually excited to be here tonight. Obviously, I was her teammate for 2 years, so, you know, special night for them, but at the same time, we're really focused on our game and just coming out with a lot of energy. I think that's been the biggest thing for us in the first half.
Meg, you recently got married, but your offense has kicked up. Has marriage had anything to do with that?
You know, I'm still the same person I was before I got married, but I'd like to think that kind of jump-started it a little bit.
Thanks so much. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.
She married David DeLeo. Ball at Central Michigan, now a pro.
Wilson.
Harrison finds a little crease and gets the floater to drop. And Mercury spend a time. Remember, it was Taurasi that retired in 2024, but when you listen to the greats of this game and the guardians of this game talking about Diana Taurasi, it's just lovely to hear. And humbling. If I'm DT, I'm thinking, man, really?
Well, it's the passing of the torch. You know, Dawn Staley is part of starting this league, and then, you know, I would sit back and think, okay, when these great players retire, what's going to happen? Well, it was players like Diana Taurasi that took the torch and continued to elevate this game to another level.
And now having the opportunity to experience and unlock the greatest levels that we have seen in terms of the success and the popularity of this league, the viewership at an all-time high.
I'm going to tell you, Diana Taurasi,
I want to be like her. And by the way, I'm actually going to play in the league. Kelsey Plum said her mother, later when she got drafted, went into the kitchen and cried. She said, you have to have a bold confidence, knowing that you can do that. But she said, Kelsey Plum mentioned, because of Diana Taurasi, the swagger in which she had, the confidence in which she walked with, and that bully ball type of mentality, that's what made her so special. And by the way, it was her welcome to the W moment as well.
Excellent, excellent stuff, Angel, and thank you so much. But yeah, that moxie and swag that you saw out of DT. Think about a little impressionable 10-year-old, Kelsey Plum, and she brings that same energy when she plays.
And then when Kelsey Plum would play against Diana Taurasi, I remember one game I was calling when they were playing the Las Vegas Aces, and the Aces won, but Diana Taurasi came to Kelsey Plum and said, you don't want to peak too soon. I mean, in the league.
All tied at 28 apiece, under 5 minutes to go in the first half between Portland and the Mercury. That shot denied for Bonner. Last touch. All right. Come on now.
What's funny about that play is that she was on All the Smoke talking about breaking down the relationship with her and Diana Taurasi. And she said she remembers getting the offensive rebound, pulling it out, and seeing that Diana Taurasi was guarding her and said, oh, yeah, I'm taking her.
Perform at home here with the Phoenix Mercury after a mid-season trade. And Nate Tibbetts said he does hope and anticipate that she will return before the end of the season.
You know, when that trade happened, they were on the road. And so Tibbetts was happy to get back to Phoenix so that he could, you know, show her the facilities and she could feel what it's like to play in front of the X Factor.
Great cut, down low, punch. Didn't get it to fall. Copper comes up with it. AT was running with her. Nearly loses the handle, recovers it. Back to AT inside. To Bonner, trying to work on Booner, rolls it in. Tawana Bonner with 11 points, 4 of 9 from the floor. Booner back the other way. Frida Booner with her second 3 of the ball game. Even at 31 all again. To the rack is Sammy Whitcomb. Late, deflected by Bonner, and then the foul. And so free throws upcoming for the Mercury. And that's Carla. Will shoot a couple. Remember, she missed the first part of the season recovering from arthroscopy on that left knee. She returned back on July 11th and just getting back into that rhythm. It's her 13th game. Right now, Carla Late and the Fire need to find something to ignite them on the offensive end, and it's Emily Inksler.
But Carla Late getting into the paint, her rim reads, recognizing when the defensive help comes over, and then she finds the shooters.
You talked about it in the open, just how effective she is in doing so. And AT trucking over Carlton. And a timeout on the floor, and we'll step aside here as well with 2:54 remaining.
The paint, and it depends on if Mercury want to cover the three. But then for Kalia Copper, with the way DeWanna Bonner's playing right now, she might not need to.
Bonner's been falling in this first half thus far. 13 points, ties, or is the most rather in the first half for her this season. Meanwhile, Carlton dangerous pass near half court, and Whitcomb gets it over to Copper. Copper, want to see her get going. Just 5 points, only had 3 field goal attempts so far in this one. The up and under, step through, won't go. This is a Fire team that likes to get inside, and there, off of 1 foot, there is Winterburn, Holly Winterburn.
Yeah, she had 20 points against Seattle. She's found that confidence of where to find her spots, whether it be the mid-range or spotting up at the 3.
The find for 18, sticks it in. Alyssa Thomas, who's 3 of 4 from the floor tonight, to go along. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. With that post up of Carlton. Just a reminder, coming up on the Ally WNBA halftime, Monica Malika, Andrea, and Janae will talk all things, obviously, that overtime win for Indiana on the road in Atlanta, plus more on Diana Taurasi's jersey retirement. And just a reminder that we'll have the Ring of Honor induction ceremony streaming live after the game on the ESPN app.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. I mean, she is the GOAT.
No question about it. No qualm.
10,000 points in a career, come on.
The only to hit that 10K club, and you see Carla Late asking for a clear path foul, no.
And that's crucial because Carla Late already has 3 personal fouls. That would have been her 4th.
And also, it means that Phoenix will not have a challenge for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, that can be costly because as tight as this game is right now. But I agree with Nate Tibbetts using this challenge at that time.
Bonner thought about it. Decides to use a little more clock, then takes it to the line, left hand finish, and one, the hoop and horn. DB is pumped. WNBA as of August 3rd. 378 career wins, both regular season and playoffs.
Look, and she's 3rd in all-time scoring in the WNBA, DeWanna Bonner.
Behind Tina Charles and Taurasi. A 4-point advantage for Phoenix. Active hands, Sean on Late. Last touch by the Fire point guard. Phoenix basketball. Roshan, who had an excellent game, has not gotten on the board yet. However, defense coming into play right on time. Late checks out the ball game with 19 seconds to go in the first half. Using the screen from Bonner. She can create going against DeLeo. Too strong, and Ka. And a half for DeWanna Bonner as Lee and the Portland Fire get things going here in the 3rd. Fire, who won 3 of their last 4, grabbed 2 against Seattle. Also picked up a win against their rival expansion franchise, Toronto, as well. Carlton elevates and rolls it in.
You know, I'm looking at this first half. We started the show talking about Carla Late and Alyssa Thomas and their passing. Well, Portland is 4 of 6, all passes from Carla Late, and Phoenix is 6 of 12, all passes from AT.
see how they initiate and how important they are on the offensive end. Wickham, quick release, no. Ingsler, remember, playing with 4 personal fouls starting off here in this third quarter. Thought about it. DeLeo rolls off for Megan DeLeo, formerly Megan Gustafson. Talia Copper over to Bonner. Roshan throws it right into the hands of DeLeo, and late spreads out, waits for her teammates, and then it's going downhill, rims off. DeLeo with the putback, can't get it to go. Third opportunity, this time it falls. Megan DeLeo is just relentless on that possession around the rim. She's now got a dozen points to go along with 3 rebounds.
Man, she should be in the conversation too of most improved.
And 18 comes down with the bucket. But I love your point as Inkster going right at Copper, the hoop and horn. Will just be a simpling of all of the
hustle play. She's going to be the one diving out of bounds or sacrificing her body against the bigs to get rebounds, and then that finish like she just had.
And Thomas still grabbing that left wrist from the last possession down the floor. Has the ball in her hand. Copper tripped up. And Potch guilty for the personal foul. That's her 3rd personal. Copper, who was honored before the game with teammate Kelsey Plum, the USA basketball national team roster. Will be competing coming up the World Cup break from September 4th to 13th. With the mid-range, Jay. Carlton puts it in. Well, Bridget Carlton, who's getting herself going early on in this third quarter, 4 of her 6 points here in the period. Sean, that's Copper, great ball, kicks out. Bonner leaves it short. Ball just bounces. Players see it go by. It's Mercury basketball. Pivot. Crowd playing guys this week. WNBA title, 6 finals appearances. Made it there last year. Talia Copper was a big reason why they had such great success going all the way to the finals before losing Las Vegas. Jeopardy of being one of the few teams in WNBA history to not return to the playoffs for the finals appearance. Good recovery there from DeLeo. Picks up the loose ball and puts it in.
DeLeo with that left hand, I mean, she just got such a nice touch. Remember watching her in college and doing the Mike and drill, not with 2 balls, but with 3.
Copper going right to the rack.
You know, Copper told a story about Diana Taurasi at the end of a game. Nate Tibbetts was drawing up a play for Diana Taurasi, and Diana said, no, hey, coach, draw this up for Copper. And Copper was thinking, oh, my goodness. Well, Copper, she might have one in the bank.
But again, the way that Diana Taurasi has just uplifted, encouraged, and empowered her teammates over the years. Whitcomb, who was bumped on the way to the hoop, she pops right back up. It's a very physical ball game. We've talked about just a number of fouls called, number of bodies who have fallen to the floor, and late now charged with her 4th personal foul.
You look at the difference between these 2 teams. Phoenix is the oldest team in the WNBA, where Portland's the 11th oldest, so they're very, very young. So you got Sammy Whitcomb, who is 38 years old. DeWanna Bonner, she's 38 also. I can't imagine getting up and down the floor at this pace when I was 38.
One of 5 players to play at 38 or better. I mean, you think, again, Taurasi, 40, 20 seasons all in one jersey. Jordan Harrison out of West Virginia with a clear path to the basket and made it easy.
But what comes with age is wisdom. Nate Tibbetts talks about the leadership that Sammy Whitcomb brings to this team. DeWanna Bonner as well.
All day, drains it. Phoenix 5 made threes today. Correction, 6 triples made. Points in that first meeting with Portland back on June 5th.
You know, she had to carry the mail because you remember Alyssa Thomas, Kalia Copper, and Sammy Whitcomb were not available to play.
Copper with the foul from behind on Sarah Williams. Well, even though they were shortened that day, they won 78-72. They'll meet once more on September 17th. Well, the WNBA app is your home court for all things WNBA. Stay in the game with the latest schedule, where to watch, game alerts, and more. Scan the QR code to download.
Look, and you want to stay tuned in this stretch before the FIBA World Cup, and then in September, a lot can be decided on who's going to be seated where for the playoffs.
It's going to be very interesting right now. Minnesota coming into today with a 3.5 game lead on Golden State, their closest. Right behind them is Las Vegas as AT with the bucket. And then the steal, and DB once again, hot stepping here in Mortgage Matchup Center. Just tuning in, I mean, it was a 6-point ball game. Phoenix has since stretched the lead out by 3 more, but both teams shooting the ball better in this third quarter. 6 made buckets for Portland, 7 made field goals for Phoenix.
DeWanna Bonner has left the floor.
Transition takedown, charge number 33, Sammy Whitcomb. It's your second personal, 13th foul.
Well, Nate Tibbetts, who you talked about, said the aggressiveness that they had seen from DeWanna Bonner over the last 10 games, wanting that to continue to be something that she does, the transition take foul.
Back game of fire, 77, Holly Woodward.
Allows Bridget Carlton in the fire to get a free throw along with the inbounding of the basketball.
Now, Portland is never out of a game because of their ability to get to the free throw line and get open looks from the three-point line.
Well, you're talking about a team that hits 10 threes a game, and you thought they may have been out against Minnesota. They were down by as many as 29. They closed the gap and just lost that one by 4. So again, their ability to shoot from long range, very important.
But a key factor for that is that Carla Lade has had to go to the bench. She has 4 fouls.
Samuelson. Jordan Harrison spin move. Good defense there by Held. Better offense for Harrison. She gets it to fall.
The 2 games that Carla Lade was out for injury, it was Jordan Harrison who had to step up and start at that point guard spot.
Well, she brings an Energizer bunny kind of bug along with great defense. You see her defending Held. Nice rolling fine to AT, and AT flips it up. Contact, no whistle, and back comes Spooner. Deflecting that one is Alyssa Thomas. Roshan, who's still scoreless in this one, finds AT, kicks it over to Held, takes an extra dribble, and buries it from 3. So Alyssa Thomas, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 12 points. And Thomas with the personal foul as we're joined now by DeWanna Bonner. What did you eat this morning? How energized were you under?
If there were a message she wanted to give to Diana Taurasi on this broadcast, and she said, first, thank you. Second, I love you.
Yeah.
I asked her about what kind of leader Diana was. She demanded from you. She said Diana led from the example that she said. She wasn't one that would like scream and yell at you. You just followed her lead with how hard she worked in practice and on the floor.
CP, that's very interesting that you said those two things about DeWanna Bonner, because I was able to catch up with Brittany Griner, who obviously everyone loves that dynamic duo, and I asked her the same two things. What would you want to say to her? She said, first of all, thank you. She made me a better player. She made me a better human being. She said, also, I love you. I would sacrifice anything for her because of how she taught me how to be a professional. Also going back
To do so again. No timeout spent here, and 12 seconds to go on the shot clock on the inbound.
And Phoenix does not have another challenge. They lost that one earlier on the foul by Lexi Hill.
Tasha Mack skies for that rebound. So it's Ayayi, Thomas, held, Mack. She gets the ball, too strong, and Roshan on the 4. And Carly Samuelson is going over to her head coach, Alex Ramos, saying, hey, nobody touched her. But this one whistled against Emily, the WNBA app.
Last couple of games, Dallas has had to play without AZ Fudd and Jessica Shepard, who has been so key for them this year.
So much can happen as Booner gets it to rattle in from 3. Free to Booner, who has been a nice lift off the bench. She's upped her average so far this afternoon. She's got 9 points. Her 1-2 step won't go.
We talked about Portland never being out of a ball game because of their ability to knock down those shots, specifically from the 3-point line.
They've made 3 so far in this one. The attempt from Harrison off the mark. We
take and make, and then take ball security, taking care of the basketball.
Spin move won't go for Natasha Mack. It's Carlton going baseline. Kick over to DeLeo. DeLeo for 3! Megan DeLeo with a trio of 3s. And she's got 15 points. And then you see the double team there by Booner and Winterburn. Coming in, but again, talked about this group. It's double digits from beyond the arc.
Watching Megan DeLeo's, her evolution of her game, because she was majority an inside player coming out of Iowa game. Now she is that threat from the 3-point line.
1 of 2, and it's a 3-point ball game. Here as the 3rd comes to a close. Carlton off to curl. Back to Carlton, thought about it. This one fading away from 3. No, Bonner comes up with it.
But Portland's gonna bring that trap.
They did, she passes out. Ayayi finds well, but not in time as sees. They won a couple championships together, and she says it was a privilege to watch the GOAT.
Can you imagine? I mean, you have a player, that's like having a joker in your hand when you play in spades. You got Diana Taurasi, you gonna win that. Joker, that's right.
Bonner at the line, 2 for 2. And you see her numbers on the night, 20 points and counting.
Now Phoenix has got to heat back up. They started that third quarter. They were 7 for 10, but they ended the quarter 1 for 6 from the floor.
Well, one thing that Alex Sarama told us is that, you know, they've been a part of jersey retirements already this season. Did so with assistant coach Sylvia Fowles earlier this year in Minnesota. So what did he tell us? What did he want to do tonight?
Acclimatize was the word.
Acclimatize? No, he wanted to disrupt. He wanted to play.
Oh, he wanted to play spoiler.
Spoiler.
He gave me that big word.
But I see him putting a big SAT word in there. All those. I want you to tell me what acclimatize means after the broadcast. As late, oh my, Carla late with the left hand finish and foul. The French point guard can't hit the free throw.
And she's only made 2 field goals in the paint.
She's in double digits with 10 points.
She's got 4 assists.
And the defense, good rotation there. Bonner, shot fake, puts it up. Carlton and Mack run into each other. And look at the pirouette there at the half-court line from Bonner. Great balance, Mack bucket. Carlton finds late, splits through 2 defenders, and a late whistle there as Mack whistled for the person. Now this is an area you have to be mindful of because Carla Late is one of the best to get to the free throw line in the league. Well, let's let you know about Late with 11. 16,500 plus on hand. A sellout crowd here on the undisputed.
That's an offensive foul. Now, Alex Sarama has another challenge, but he's not going to use it right now.
Pull up, sizing up Carlton, no. Tracking down the rebound. And they're gonna say Mack. On the outside looking in for the playoff picture. But the way that they are competing here tonight has just been exceptional. And Carla Lake continues to be elite getting to the hoop.
Look, they know no different. Look, it is the pride that these women play with.
The sellout crowd erupts after Copper's made 3. Late turnaround in the lane. And Carla Late now at her season average of 15 points. Mack double team, nowhere to go, but Copper is able to collect it. And Poch, the Australian, out and running.
You asked me earlier what was going to decide this game. Shot quality. You've got to take good expected shots.
An open look for Poch, high arcing 3, it goes. Nadia Pouch.
Now down the stretch, Phoenix, they got to take care of the basketball. Good looks, and they can't turn it over.
Intercepted by Late, to your point. Taken away and stolen by Carla Late. And a 3 here could tie it up. with under 6 to go. Instead, they go to Frida Booner inside, rejected by Mac, right back into the hands of the Fire. Eyes down the 3, no. And Phoenix controls it. Both teams shooting about 50 or 43% rather from the floor. Copper with the find to Mac, who was waiting. "17 assists on 25 made field goals for the Mercury." Meanwhile, Late once more attacking the lane. And Carla Lake continuing to push the issue inside the lane. She's got 9 points this quarter.
And right now, what she is making Phoenix do, say, you got to guard me, and now she could set up to kick out for the 3.
Has been tremendous.
Well, there's a reason that the game is at the level that it is, and it's the example that Diana Taurasi has set for those young players that were congratulating her in her jersey retirement.
Remember, the Ring of Honor ceremony will be live on the ESPN app after this game concludes. And for those of you looking for NWSL, it's already underway over on ESPN2. You'll be joined in progress here on ESPN after this game concludes. A 1-point ball game. Bonner in the corner. No. Samuelson, who made that bucket, trying to get the rebound cleared out. Broshawn took some punishment in the process. And Samuelson with her second personal foul.
Of it.
Here's Thomas with Bonner. Looked inside instead. Bonner having to go to work. Goes in. No. Puts it back up. Won't fall. So now the 5th team foul. And a shooting foul as well. And it's going to be Mercury at the free throw line. DB will have 2 attempts.
You look at Duana Bonner throughout this season. Each month from May, June, July to August, her offensive production has continued to go up.
She's been able to, in franchise history, behind BG and Diana Taurasi. Carla Late, who has been outstanding this quarter, and Whitcomb, Samuelson, a lot of contact there, trying to wrestle away.
Because, like Sue talked about, wanting to be great, Diana Taurasi knows what great feels like, knows what it looks like, so for her to be a part of this would be huge.
Well, if I can, ladies, going back to their greatness at even UConn, it's a story that was shared just a few days coming into this game. They lost to Notre Dame in 2001 in the Final Four. Taurasi said, "We will not lose another tournament game while I'm wearing this uniform." They proceeded to win 3 straight national titles, which solidified why Gino Ariema stated during the tournament, "We have Diana and you don't." So to your point, CP, they have the high joker every day.
the big joker.
The big joker, way to work that. Talk with Nate Tibbetts. You said it before, like, the commitment to excellence is something that stood out to him in his initial meeting with Diana Taurasi, and the fact that, you know, she can write her own ticket in whatever she wants to do, whether it is coaching or front office or ownership. She's already got her own day here in the state of Arizona. Keys of the city.
And what I took away from that conversation is she was quick to educate him on the history of the game, the knowledge of the game. She had pride in the game, and I think that was part of her drive to want to be great.
Let me tell you, the drive to just try to take over this game in the 4th quarter for the Portland Fire. Carla Late now with a career-high 11 points in this quarter alone to keep her team in it, and now they've got an opportunity to take the lead here on this possession. Late off the mark there. Roshan rips away the rebound, but stepped in front of it is Carlton. Puts up the three, won't fall. One more time in the hands of the Fire. A third opportunity closing in on the final 2 minutes of regulation. We've already seen one game go into overtime, and Late puts the Portland Fire on top.
Felt like Carla Late was the most dangerous player on the floor for Portland. She's got that toughness and tenacity. She ain't backing down.
First lead of the half for the Fire. Mercury with the shot clock winding down. Desperation shot won't go, and now Late and the Fire with the ball.
You got to keep Carla Late out of the paint.
She's got 21 points. The swing over to DeLeo won't go. Copper and AT collide with each other, going for the rebound. Whitcomb pulls it. No. DeLeo right back. Quick shot there. Did you like that selection?
No, I didn't, and I think that AT's got to have the basketball. She gave it up way too soon.
Inksler, oh my! The reverse layup and in. Emily Inksler puts the Fire up by 3 and under a minute to go. Here's Copper through 2 defenders. Tough, but she finishes with the left. Kalia Copper with 19 points. And a timeout taken by Portland. So Portland...
One-on-one accountability defensively so everybody can stay at home. But you cannot let Late, you can't foul her getting to the basket, but you can't give her a layup either.
Six to go on the shot clock. Swings it over. Carlton thought about it, goes right to the hoop and leaves it short. Out and running and overthrowing Bonner, who got a hand on it. And they're gonna say it was last touched by DB. The sequence of event, that's exactly what realizing the reset timeout here. So Inksler inbounds it with 22.1 seconds left, immediately going to foul Carly Samuelson. Both converging on the ball was Whitcomb. 56% from the free throw line tonight. Puts the back in. And so now Phoenix taking the reset timeout, trailing by 2. They led by as many as 9. And now what does Nate Tippett's group do with these 20 seconds?
You got to go to the rim, and I say play through Alyssa Thomas. She's strong enough to finish through contact.
With a triple-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, kickball violation, and we'll try it again.
Now, after the last bucket they got was from Kalia Copper on the drive too. So Phoenix they've got those 2 options. Listen, you're at home, you can go for the tie right now, and you don't want to go too soon.
Copper goes right at Carlton, and great defense by Bridget Carlton. Portland deep into the backcourt. On the inbound into Carlton, giving chase, and they foul Carlton as Copper will send her to the line. Carlton a chance to make it a 2-possession game with a make here as it rolls in. 9 points for Bridget Carlton, but more importantly, a 4-point lead for Portland on the road. And spoil tonight's big celebration for the Phoenix Mercury legend. Thomas on the inbound, trying to give him extra life, a 5-second violation. Not the way Nate Tibbetts would. Stolen by Thomas, put up, kisses off the backboard. Wait a minute, it's not over. 6 seconds left, and they foul Carla Late. Wow. standing to her feet along with the 16,513 in Mortgage Matchup Center. And this game could very well either be tied or potentially go into overtime, depending on this free throw. 15 points in this fourth quarter for Carla Late. Final possession for the Phoenix Mercury. Sammy Whitcomb heaves it up. Oh, just off